just look at that, where they've been on the internet, whether or not they can give us that very specific, did they blog or not blog?
While we're on this, I see this for immediate release. I got a phone call today that on White House's blog, the chief had resigned. Is it already out?
Yes. He announced it this morning at roll call. And I released that around 3 o'clock this afternoon. I was hoping to wait till next week to make any announcement, but hey.
Can I move to recess?
Well, was there an agreement that he wasn't going to be nasty about it, or there was no agreement? He
Go
just-
back in afterwards.
We wouldn't sign an agreement.
All right, so then the 5 days suspension stands?
No, I agreed to still leave that. That was a verbal agreement I had with him when I sat down with him.
Can I move that we recess executive till after open session?
Oh, if you want to. I just had that one question. I think this is going to backfire if there was no agreement with the guy. What did he say? I didn't read his resignation. It was on the White House blog, and I refused to read that trash.
It said that he was resigning, and he was foregoing the 5 days, that I was rescinding the 5 day suspension, and that it would be effective June 13th at 23:59.
All right, so he took 2 weeks instead of the 1 week, which is fine. I could care less, but I just wanted to. All right, so there's no agreement. So whatever he puts out there, and then we have this. So hopefully this investigation comes up with something. If it doesn't, well, this in itself is going to look good anyway. Perfect timing.
Like I said, sometimes you have to take the good with the bad.
Yep. Okay. So we're not reading that, right? That's.
No, it's out there.
Okay. All right.
Motion to recess
Well,
till,
good enough. Have you gotten any feedback since this all took place, since you already?
On this,
No, on anything.
just, I've gotten the cold shoulder from numerous people. I've gotten, it's about time somebody did something like this. And what I expected. And those people that, some people just have stopped talking to me altogether. And other people have said, well, I can't hold a grudge against the guy for everything. He's just doing his job. And, in fact, dealing with me the same way they did before this issue came up. So, comes in my territory. Comes into territory,
so shall I say in the minutes that there was a consensus of the board about how we're going to proceed with the rest of the computer audit? Or do we want to take a vote?
Well, I agree with John that said from the beginning. If you're going to do this, you've got to go to the top. Otherwise, you can't do the stuff.
Right, but as
Now, we've
far
got to
as,
find out if they can get the blogs. If they can't get the blogs, it's not
give
going
us
to.
this.
Can we say in the minutes we have a consensus that we'll do this in 2 phases?
Sure.
And we'll see what comes back as far as the specifics. John, you got to call right away.
First thing in the morning.
We need that information.
And the other 2 computers that we talked about, Gifford and Simmons,
Yes.
you want those done, right?
Why aren't they done?
Because they didn't have the equipment to do Giffords Thursday, and it's going to take too long to do Simmons.
Well, of course, yes, we need them because we just said that we don't want to hold out anybody in the initial because it'll look like,
Okay.
I would say, it's up to the board, but I would say.
Well,
those are critical.
did they not go to municipal maintenance at
They
all?
went to municipal maintenance, they got 2.
Okay.
Because Mark has a laptop, they needed special equipment to copy his hard drive,
Okay.
which they didn't have. They had to come back with that. And it was taking so long at wastewater last Thursday to finalize the other staff computers. They then started Simmons, and
yeah, got to do them, got to start.
I'll have those done.
Well, I'll tell you my 2 cents, and I'll tell them right to their face. They're the 2 biggest rats that work for the town. I would make sure I did their computers. Absolutely. For another, what's it, $250 a computer?
100. It was only 100 to copy $100 to copy them.
No, it wasn't. It was $100 to copy. It was $250 to have the guy do it. So it's $350 a computer.
No, it's $100 per computer, and then it's $200 to have them do the internet search.
That's right.
So you're right, $300
Yeah,
total.
ultimately, that's right.
Yeah, $600 more, let's spend the $600 more, because those two, I wouldn't trust them as far as I could throw them. And my shoulder's been out and my neck is out, so I couldn't throw them anywhere.
All right, okay. All right, can we suspend,
Sure?
move a second to suspend? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we'll take this up, the rest of this after the meeting.
You said this is all already.
Yes.
This actually should be a quick meeting, no?
When you have, you have the updated agenda,
I believe so.
Ethan, Riley, and
Yeah.
Juice.
It shouldn't be long.